Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and iOS 12.3 Beta 3 has been out for a few days, and I've been using it on my iPhone XS Max, and also I got a bunch of feedback from you on the YouTube community poll that I posted a few days ago. So I wanted to talk about what I'm experiencing, what you're experiencing, and then we'll take a look at the poll itself. So on my iPhone XS Max, it's actually been pretty good as far as speed. I haven't had any stutters, and a lot of people are saying that settings is still stuttering or locking up, but for me, thankfully, that's not happening. Most of the time, I have a pretty consistent frame rate. Not always, but most of the time. So just launching apps like weather or any other app, really, I have no issues. However, I do have an issue with LTE still. In fact, it's really annoying to me on this particular beta because I continually have to shut off Wi-Fi, turn it back on, turn on airplane mode, turn it back off. It's really pretty annoying, and I actually find that I have more issues with Wi-Fi on this particular beta than I do LTE, and I haven't really had that before, so it's really a pain. I could go to load something, especially in the morning for some reason, and it just doesn't work right. So I've had that issue, and many of you have reported similar things. Also, many people are having notification delays. So if you're using your notifications on your lock screen, they're just not showing up regularly until maybe you go and pull down the notification drawer and they'll be there, or they're just not there altogether. It's really weird. It doesn't make sense. And I've found that if I turn off specific notifications, sometimes they just start popping in. So if I turn on notifications here, maybe YouTube Studio or whatever, then all of a sudden I'll get email notifications that I wasn't getting before. And what I find most of the time is it seems to work, then it doesn't work. There's no rhyme or reason why. Now, as far as battery, I have not noticed a difference between iOS 12.3 Beta 2 and Beta 3. So if I go to battery here, this one is a newer phone. If you didn't see that video, this is a brand new iPhone, so the battery health will be at 100%. But 3 hours and 9 minutes of average screen on time, 1 hour 53 of screen off time. Now keep in mind, that is with my battery being at about 50% at the end of the day. So here are all of the different battery health levels. I was using a different phone before these, so you'll see that was the best. I got 4 hours and 43 minutes, 3 hours screen off time. And I have a lot of screen off time usually because I have the Tesla app running. It's the key to the car. So that's running and that causes that. But for the most part, I would say it's pretty decent battery life. And keep in mind, this 4 hour and 43 minutes is not due to 90 or 100% battery life. That's after about 50% to 60% battery life being used. So it's really quite good. Now let's take a look at the YouTube community poll. We have it here, and keep in mind when I run these polls, it's to get an idea how it's doing on many different devices. So from the XR to the 6S Plus to the iPad Pro. All of these issues apply to all of the devices. So I'm not finding anything different across different devices these days. It's more that people are experiencing the same issues across all these devices. So the YouTube community poll, quite a few of you voted. I really appreciate that. 5,200 or so voted. 15% said great, 5% said terrible, 6% said just okay, 4% said okay but some bugs, and I'm using iOS 12.2 or older, 70%. So not as many people on the beta this time around, and I've read through every one of these comments, so I appreciate the comments as well. And the first one here I think is interesting. It says, I don't know why you always have this as a question when the majority is running an older iOS. Well, I do follow-ups on the beta iOS and the regular one, but not multiple follow-ups usually. So let's take a look at some things you had to say, though. So we're at the bottom here, and you'll see it says working great on my XR. Then still no update to beta 3 for me. And I forgot to mention this a little bit earlier in the video. If you are on iOS 12.3 beta 1, you probably won't see beta 3. You need to install beta 2 first, and generally, you shouldn't wait to install the betas. The point of a beta test is to help Apple determine where the bugs are and report feedback in the feedback app here. So update and you'll find the next ones. That's not true for everyone, I guess, but it should be fixed in the next beta. So you'll be able to update. I'm still on iOS 11 with no problems. I would say upgrade to 12 since it usually speeds the device up for most people. Battery drain, iPhone XR and iPad Pro 2018. We'll see much more issues than beta 2, I guess. I always use the official iOS version. I've never been using a beta, and that's what I recommend to most people unless you don't mind dealing with the bugs and reporting feedback. I'm using iPhone 10 and the battery is draining fast on beta 3. Pretty good so far. However, I don't like the update to Apple TV app. Well, unfortunately, you'll have to get used to that. That's here to stay for quite some time. For the first time, I've been experiencing setting lockups on my iPhone XR with beta 3. Other than that, it's been working just fine. Battery backup in beta 2 and 3 are the same. Before, it was awesome in my XS Max. I'm using it on my XS Max, and it's better than beta 2, better battery life. The only issue is so far I've had it heat up while browsing Instagram. There's probably something going on in the background. Let's see. It's been great on my iPhone 8. Can't wait for iOS 13. I'm looking forward to that also. LTE seems to keep improving on my iPhone XS Max with Verizon with each new beta. It's good to hear. iPhone XR constant freezes, crashes, and LTE connectivity. Completely stops toggling airplane mode, doesn't work, have to reboot, and it will work about 10 minutes. This happens twice a day. Overheating bad while charging the first 24 hours. Software with stuttering bad. I haven't had any problems with the betas until beta 3. Yeah, you may want to go back. That's kind of unusual, actually. iPhone XS has been really good. I've got to say I can't wait for next year's iPhone. These Intel modems are trash. Unfortunately, it looks like the 2019 iPhones will have Intel modems since they're already building them. 2020 iPhones probably will have the Qualcomm modems. It's great on iPod, but on iPad mini 5 it doesn't allow me to add music from the computer. Using iPhone SE and iPad 6 Gen on iOS 12.3 beta 3 kind of fixes the Wi-Fi issue. It's good. We'll take a look at two more. Literally everything is freezing now. It's gone downhill every beta this time. My iPhone 7 works great. Not slow, but still good battery and fast too. I'm using 12.2. Swiping away tabs in Safari always stutters in beta 1, 2, and 3. It really ruins the user experience. And that's it for this follow-up. Hopefully we see the next version on Monday. We don't know that for sure. We might see it on Monday, or we'll see it the following week. Either way, of course, I'll be making a video on that. Let me know your thoughts and how it's going for you still. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments below. Of course, I'll link this wallpaper as I always do. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If not, the other one's okay too. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.